To politics now and Iowa, where the candidates are trying to make their mark with the caucuses just around the corner there. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in Des Moines this morning. Stephanie, good morning to you.
Good morning. That's right. Democratic candidates are ramping up their campaign efforts here in Iowa, trying to gain those primary voters before the all-important Iowa caucus.
A number of Democratic presidential candidates are crisscrossing the state of Iowa in hopes of winning over rural voters before the Iowa caucuses in February. It was just a few days ago at the Democratic debate in Los Angeles where most of the candidates were taking aim at each other.
Senator Klobuchar had your hand up first.
I did not come here to listen to this argument.
We spoke with former Vice President Joe Biden at this intimate rally in Creston, where he says the verbal attacks between the candidates won't help unify the Democratic Party.
I don't think it's a good thing. I think we got enough division in the party as well. I don't think we help anybody but the other guy out there. And so I don't think it works for everyone.
Many of the other candidates firing shots directly at South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg for attending a high-priced private fundraiser in a wine cave hosted by billionaires.
I think now we should decide that we're not going to let billionaires in wine caves pick the next president.
Buttigieg, who's pointed out that Senator Elizabeth Warren herself is a millionaire, is defending contributions his campaign is receiving from Wall Street donors, saying he welcomes any donation, big or small.
If you're wealthy and you want a different president, I want you helping out.
Senator Amy Klobuchar, while making her rounds through the leadoff caucus state, says it's about everyone having a fair chance to run for office.
The bigger issue here is campaign finance reform. I find a big imbalance that people who have bigger bank accounts can run their own ads all the time in all over the country.
The next debate is scheduled for January 14th. It is the only 2020 debate before the Iowa caucuses, and the DNC is raising the criteria to participate. Candidates must earn at least 5% in 4 polls or 7% in 2 different polls conducted in Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, or South Carolina. Dan.
We're down to the wire here. Iowa not far away. Thanks so much, Stephanie. Appreciate it. So much to discuss here. So let's bring in our ringer, ABC's Martha Raddatz, who's in Washington, where she'll be hosting this week later this morning. Martha, good morning to you. I know you spent some time traveling through some battleground states this week. I'm curious, does this Democratic debate about money and politics and whether Pete Buttigieg spent time in a wine cave, does that cut through for regular voters?
I got to say, Dan, I didn't hear anyone bring up wine caves, but that is really sort of an evocative image to some people thinking of Pete Buttigieg sitting down there in that wine cave. Clearly, campaign spending is an issue. We've heard Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren talk about billionaires over and over and over. So there is clearly some response to that. But voters out there are thinking of far different things. They're really thinking about health care. That is the answer I got more than any other. What issues are important to you? Health care, health care, health care.
And impeachment not cutting through then?
Impeachment, I'm surprised. There were so many people who were absolutely riveted to the screen, but those were mainly Democrats. The Republicans were echoing Donald Trump's words in many, many ways, saying it was a waste of time, saying it was a sham. They would say it over and over. I think I get the sense from talking to those voters in battleground states that they just want to move on and get back to the issues outside of impeachment. Some Democrats say they were even worried that it would help President Trump.
But the issue is not going away, and you've got 2 prominent senators on your show this morning. Both of them would serve as jurors if there's a trial in the Senate. Where do things stand right now? Are we going to have a trial? When is it likely to happen? Will there be witnesses? What do we know?
Well, I would say just what Rachel said. At this point, it is unclear whether that trial will take place, but people are pretty certain it will take place at some point, probably sometime in January.
Martha, always great to talk to you on a Sunday morning. Really appreciate it. I want to remind everybody she's got a big show coming up this morning. She's going to sit down with GOP Senator Ron Johnson and then Democratic Senator Doug Jones to talk about what we can expect from an impeachment trial in the Senate. Plus, the Powerhouse Roundtable takes on the 2020 race with just 6 weeks to go before the Iowa caucuses. It's all coming up on This Week later this morning right here on ABC.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.